Dr. Kathy Gaw, a naturopathic doctor, and I'm here to show you some simple self-care technique I've developed over the years. I've been in my practice for doing this work for 20 years now, and my own practice for approximately 17 years. So I have Mindy here, a friend of mine that volunteered for me to pick on her to show you how to help drain those the valves, the drain lobes to the organs, like your gallbladder valve, which would be here, and then you have a drain lobe for the stomach here, where it drains into the small intestine, and then I always like to open up this duct for elongated lymphatic. And what this system, I developed it. The reason why I developed this system is because through my training years, well, you're always in training, you never stop learning. But anyway, I noticed that people who were really ill had health issues, including myself going through Lyme and West Nile disease. I noticed that the lymphatic system became a thicker substance, and it's harder to drain, and that's more difficult to drain, and that's why people's lymph nodes get blocked up. So with this system, I found that as I was working on people, that these valves were really, really tight, and depending on how chronic the person issues were, they were really tight and painful. So I started palpating them, and I learned that if I palpated them, that'd soften that up, and those drain lobes would open up and drain. So I want to show you this technique, and thank goodness Mindy's here, and she's volunteered with us. So are you ready?
I'm ready.
And you mentioned you've been on a trip. Mindy's been coming to me for some time now, and she'd recently gone on a trip with her sisters. And now, as she's come back, she's telling me that she ate a lot
We
of
ate
extra.
A lot of good stuff.
Yes. And so she's kind of tight around these areas. So I'm going to point out the main areas around the navel first, and then we'll start the procedure, because there's your ileocecal valve here and a drain lobe for the lymphatics here on the left side. But anyway, so here we would work. Here's a drain lobe for the gallbladder and pancreas. And then up here, I'm going to go over, and then this is lymph for that lymph node, elongated lymph node. And then at 4 o'clock, right in here, is the valve for the stomach, where it drains into the small intestine. Okay, so those points. So I want to really impress upon you to make sure that you follow these directions very carefully. Otherwise, if you just come out here and just start palpating around, you could even block these drain lobes up. Like, I live in a farming community, and so I compare it to the, what do you call them? The canals. When you're trying to drain the canals, you got to open that gate up so the water can flow out. And if you try to push the water more, harder against those gates, the gates are going to give loose, and you'll have to repair them. Same principle here. So I don't want to scare you. It's a very simple technique, but you just have to be very precise, because these drain lobes to these organs are not up here or anywhere to access them. You have to directly access them right here.
Okay.
Am I messing you up with all my explanations? Okay.
You're doing great.
Okay. So I want to start over here on this side and explain where this drain lobe is for the lymphatic, because as we loosen these areas up, this you want this open so that lymphatic can drain more efficiently, okay, in here. So you're going to find this right here in the hip, and then you're going to come down, and it's right against, I'm going to just say hip, the hip, right in here, filled out?
Yeah.
Okay, and so
That's
what
tender.
you're going to do, Mindy, is find that tender spot, and then you can take your hand and work with your middle finger. It's more stable and stronger. And then go right in there where that is, and then you can get right on top of it, and then you're going to palpate it. Perfect. Like that.
That is tender.
Or you can use all your fingers together too, you know. Yeah. And it is tender.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is the next step to this, if you want to get a little deeper, is you can go in, take a deep breath, and blow it out. And you can use your other hand on top of those fingers to help give more compression to that. And you can just hold it. Okay, ready? Let go. And then deep breath and blow it out. And press and hold. And then you can kind of feel that drain. So you never want to get too, rambunctious, aggressive with this technique, because you don't want to injure yourself, okay? And it will eventually let loose. So I advise to do this treatment, depending on how chronic your issues are, at least twice a day, morning and night. When you go to bed, do this at night, this treatment, and then in the morning when you wake up, because your liver and different organs will drain through the night, okay? That's another video. But anyway, for now, I just want you to get your system running more efficiently, okay? So anyway, can you feel that loosening up?
Yeah.
And then again, you can isolate that one main tender spot in there, Mindy. Just show where that is. And you can find that right in your hip, right in the groin area.
Right there.
Okay?
And you can feel it. It's tender.
Okay, so now that we have that opened up, okay, we're going to come over and we're going to find this ileocecal valve, and that's where the small intestine and the large intestine meet, okay? And so you're going to find that. You can see where the edge of the hip is, right here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not from the ceiling down. It's right at the edge of the hip. So, and that's halfway between the navel and this hip. Okay, and we're going to press in. Do you feel that tenderness in there?
I do.
Okay, so you want it like right in a direct line, and you can feel that. We had it all clear before you went and had fun with all your sisters, huh?
That's true. It was clear.
Yeah.
It's
So
interesting
I'm just
how
going
much
to go in and
what you
palpate
eat
that.
affects it so much.
It is, isn't it? Talk about your diet and everything, yeah. So anyway, you just want to find that really tender spot. And again, I'm going to have Mindy find it for herself. So go in and find your hip. The edge of it, the corner of it right here.
Mm-hmm. Right there.
Okay. Nope, you're finding the corner, the highest part, the corner of it.
Okay.
Okay. So down here would be more into the groin area.
Okay.
So if you come up and find that corner right there.
Okay, right there.
Yeah. See how that's a diagonal
Mm-hmm.
across where it comes? Okay. And then navel. Now find the center between the navel and the hip. So as you can see, she's a little off kilter here because it's in a direct line right here. Okay. So navel. So that was good. So because people do this all the time when I'm trying to teach them. So you're doing great. So you're going to come navel right and hip. So it's about right in the center. And then press in with that middle finger.
I feel that. Yep.
There you go. Okay. So right there. So what you're going to do is you're just going to go where you feel the tenderness. You're not going to push through the tenderness because you don't want to injure yourself.
Okay.
Okay. So you can just palpate that right there like that. And eventually, as the days go by, this is going to get softer and softer.
Okay.
Okay. And then as you feel it release, then you can palpate up because the colon starts here, begins here, and it comes up and across the body.
Okay.
Okay? So you're going to feel this fill up a little bit. See the fluid?
Yep.
Yeah. And then you can just palpate that and follow that colon all the way
And how
out.
far would I go up? How far does the colon go?
Well, it goes clear down into here, into your left hip. It ends.
So I'd palpate that.
You can.
Okay.
You can. Yep, that'd be good. And then, so right quick, we're going to go back to the navel, and we're going to address those 3 points. Okay? 4 o'clock here. So we're going to go in there, and we went right at the rim. You can see the rim of the navel here. So what you're going to do is you're going to come right at the edge off that rim. And you'll feel the tightness. Say you go right here, it's not it won't be tight. It'll be softer. So you want to find the tightness. And you'll be able to do this. You can do this. Okay? And then just go in there. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
Same principle as we did the ileocecal valve and your lymphatic drain lobe over there. You go in there, feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, is that feeling better?
This is feeling better.
Okay, now I want you to feel that. And it's right there. Where that middle finger is, if you want to make sure they can see your pretty nails there. Yeah. So it's on this middle finger right there is where that is. Okay, now find the lymph, the next one.
Find the next one.
Mm-hmm. So go back to the navel, center, center, and then you'll just kind of, on this one, you're just going to kind of press up into that. But you never want to come up above it. You want to press right into that.
Okay.
Okay? And then feel the tightness in there.
Yeah, it does feel tight.
Isn't that something? Although you waited a week, you've been gone, and you come back and it's tight. Okay. So then again, you just palpate it, okay, until it softens up. Probably not more than 30 seconds to a minute. Okay, so you don't overstimulate yourself. We don't want to ever overdo. Okay, because like I mentioned before, as the days progress, as you do this, it will soften up and drain. Okay, so right there, and then you come off, not straight over, you don't want to go straight over this way. You want to just come off. It's about 4 o'clock if you had a clock there. And now feel that.
Yeah, that's tight too.
Mm-hmm. So press in a little bit until you feel the tightness in there, and then now palpate it. Perfect. Can you feel that releasing?
Yeah, I feel it all moving.
Mm-hmm. So from here, this is going to drain out over here. So with your other hand holding there, can you feel that, how that's draining over there?
Yes.
So there, you just want to softly, from fingers here, flat fingers, and just massage that up and down. After this is drained, then you can just take your fingers and go like that and just kind of move. I'm going to show you. Then you can just move all around that area where you feel that has drained. Feel it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect. Okay, and then this, I want to go back to where the gallbladder, pancreas drains, and reestablish that for you, that when you get this to drain here, then you want to palpate down here because you'll feel the fullness.
Okay.
It just naturally drains. Fills up. Mm-hmm. Yep. So again, if you use your fingers from here up, then you can just kind of once again, massage that. Okay. There you go. Feel it?
Yeah.
Okay. And again, you can use both fingers, lap this hand over this one if you need to help. Okay. So, any questions so far?
Not so far. Well, how often should you do this?
Morning and night.
Morning and night. Okay.
And then as this loosens up and it's not so tender and things like that, then say usually, and depending on how chronic a person is, or you might be like, okay, so then you can go back and just do it at bedtime.
Okay.
Or in the morning.
Okay.
But as we drink and all that through the day, our fluids within, you might feel kind of more bloated at night. So it feels good to do this, and then it's opened up to drain more efficiently.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Is that it? Camera woman over there?
So I would say thank you for watching, and this was the blah, 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 blah procedure.
Thank you
Okay.
for watching. And what do you call this procedure? I mean, we've been calling it a stomach dump, but that's probably not what you want to be called.
Okay, so this is I want to thank you for watching, and this is my technique. It's somewhat of a visceral massage, you might say, compare it to, but it's a technique I've come up with over the years, and so I hope this has helped, and look forward to doing a few more videos of little helpful tips. There's a lot of there's a few doctors out there that in alternative care who are hitting on the topic of nutrition, and they do a great job. So as I work with people in my clinic, I felt this was a great need to be able to say, if you have any questions, just go back to the video on YouTube, and then you have it there at all times. Because I have a lot of people that come back in and ask me, I'm worried about I'm not doing it right. After I ask them, I said, have you been doing your little exercise here through the week? And they're going, no, I just was worried that I wasn't doing it correctly. Well, just go back and repeat the video. And that is the reason why I felt it was very necessary to share this with others. Because there's a lot of you out there that don't want to go to a doctor, whether it's alternative or not. You just don't want to mess with it. But this is some home help techniques. And I can also help your babies if they are kind of colicky or whatever. Just be real gentle, though. I can't express that enough. So anyway, thank you once again for tuning in, and God bless you all.